Hello everyone and welcome to another video where today what I'm going to talk about is not really in the scope of survival or really teaching you any sort of skill or anything. However, it is something that I do find interesting and worthwhile to talk about. Specifically, the fact that the forest changes quite a bit when it's wet out and rainy like this. And I think it's something that if you are a fan of the outdoors, you should experience once in a while. You know, the prevailing idea in these times when it's rainy out is that it's an indoor day. You know, you curl up, maybe by the fire, just in a blanket, watch TV or Netflix or something. And, I mean, that's all well and good. I do enjoy myself a little bit of that as well. But that's not to say there's nothing to look at or be interested in when it's like this outdoors, especially in forests like this. Specifically, certain parts of the forest change quite a bit whenever it's wet out like this, and it's an interesting sight to see, in my personal opinion. For example, I can't speak for everywhere, but around here, most of the time, tree bark is generally a pretty gray color. It'll have some reds and browns depending on the species, but it's usually pretty standardly this color, you know, grayish, not that interesting. When it rains, you would assume things to change, like on this ash tree. The color doesn't really change that much, it just gets a little darker and it's pretty clear that it's just wet. But in some species, like this red maple, there's an incredibly drastic color change. I don't know what causes this, but it is very interesting to see. And then there's the mosses and lichens. Now, normally when it's dry out, you barely notice these, but when it's raining, they really get to show how present and prominent they can be. The lichens on the rocks too, and even the rocks themselves will often look more prominent in their color when it's raining out. And all of this is just what came to mind right now for me and for my area. There's plenty more for you to experience on your own if you also choose to go out when it's raining like this. In that way, it's very much like a winter wonderland in that it might not seem like the most ideal and comfortable time for you to be out in the woods, but there is stuff to see there and to enjoy. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I hope to have inspired you to at least consider, next time it's raining, maybe you should go for a walk in the woods. Hope you guys learned something and enjoyed. See ya.